Spinout tells a truth that I wish wasn't real. This is the first segment of the 11th episode of the first season of Baby Looney Tunes, and Taz has to learn that too much sugar can be a thing. And the babies all have to learn this lesson because Taz has been the one who's been eating all of the cookies and the unhealthy snacks that Granny has been putting out, and suddenly he can no longer spin. And the babies don't make the connection between Taz having a sugar overload and him not being able to be physically active. I feel like it's obvious to an older viewer, but maybe not so much to a younger viewer. And they try various things to help Taz to spin again, but because he's sluggish and, approaching a sugar crash, it's just never going to work. And they have to learn, well, the hard way. They have to find out the hard truth that you can have too much of a good thing, which I think we all wish wasn't a thing. But it's definitely a really important message. It doesn't necessarily ever say you shouldn't eat sugar, you shouldn't eat sweets. I think that's just never a good bit of information to tell children, because as soon as you say you can't, most children will switch off. They will not listen anymore because they don't want to hear it. Quite frankly, most of us adults are going to be the same as well. I think Granny handled it very well, and she did things very sensibly. Having said that, the babies did reveal that Taz had been eating all of their snacks, and then the next snack she laid out was... This is a tiny spoiler, by the way, it's not really a big spoiler. There's not much in this episode you can spoil, really, once you realise what the plot is, and that's pretty quick. But I guess tiny spoiler for what Granny does if you don't want to know. But in order to help Taz, Granny puts out a healthy platter the next day when she puts out snacks, which is great for Taz, but it's not so fair on the other babies because they haven't had their treat snacks recently because Taz has been eating them. So it was a little bit unfair, but at the same time it was a pretty sensible decision. Nobody needs sugar. Well, I beg to differ. Sometimes I feel like I really need sugar, but the babies will survive. I like the episode. Taz is adorable, and I love it when Granny handles him because it just makes him look so cute and dumpy and adorable, and he's just so precious. Really thoroughly enjoyed him in this one. The babies spinning and doing their own spinning I thought was really cute, very well animated. Daffy had a couple of lessons to learn about helping people, because one day you might need their help. That wasn't the most prominent message, but I think it was quite clear enough. It's a bit on the seesaw, or I guess teeter-totter, as it would be called in America, which I think played out very well. Definitely a couple of good messages in here and told in a way that's very fun and very well animated.